this again, bro?
So tighten your back and bend over.
Oh, so kind of like this.
Kind of more like this.
Oh, more like this?
Don't let your back round like this go down like this.
Like this?
Put it like this and then push your butt back like that. Is it more like this? Ah, okay, I see. You want this.
Just having a hard time like feeling the movement.
In this video, I'm going to show you a proper hip hinge, how to do a proper hip hinge, and why it's important for you to master this movement when it comes to optimizing your strength in the gym. The hip hinge is a staple and the base of what you're going to have to learn in movement patterns in order to maximize your strength in the gym with compound barbell movements. So when first starting to initiate your hip hinge, you're going to start with a slight bend in the knee, and then you're going to keep that bend in the knee and drive your hips back. So keeping that nice, good pelvic position is where we want to be. Don't anterior or posterior pelvic tilt too much. Another way I like to teach the hip hinge is this with your hands sliding down the thighs. So you should keep your back straight, keep your pelvis in a nice neutral alignment, and let the hands slide down the thighs. That way was the wrong way, and now we do the correct way. Good pelvic position, nice tight back. Our next one here is standing at a wall. What you do is you let your butt sink back to touch the wall. The first one there, as you see, my butt didn't sink back. That's the initiating movement when it comes to the hip hinge. The butt has to slightly sit back. So if your butt touches the wall on this, you're doing it right. If it's not, it's wrong. Next one here is the dowel method. As you can see, there's 3 contact points, and you're going to want to maintain those contact points throughout the whole movement. If your back loses any of those contact points with the dowel, then you're possibly rounding your back too much, and you need to make sure that it keeps those contacts. Use visual feedback to help you understand the hip hinge and to see if you're doing it properly or not. Very nice. Then I like to throw a band around the hips too. The band is actually going to help you initiate the hip hinge right from the top. It's going to force those hips back, and it's going to teach you how to initiate the hip hinge with your hips sinking back. I like our kneeling version as well because it gives you the cue that you need to sit your butt back onto your heels. That'll help you when it comes to feeling the hips sink back during a hip hinge and not just rounding out your whole spine when it comes to bending over. So as you can see, the hip hinge can also be done when sitting down to a chair, of course the wrong way. And of course we have the right way, keeping that chest up, keeping the back tight, and initiating the movement with those hips. Not only there, but it's also very functional when it comes to sitting on a toilet as well. So there it is, a quick and easy way of utilizing different cues and different exercises to learn how to properly hip hinge so you can remain safe in the gym and carry this hip hinge over to other barbell compound movements. If you're having trouble with understanding the pelvic tilt, be sure to check out my other video where I talk about strictly how to learn to pelvic tilt anterior and posterior and finding that nice neutral pelvic tilt position so that you can keep your lower back in a nice good position. Thanks for watching.